Yes, many more will have to die, many more will have to suffer. Don't ask me why. There has natural mystic flowing into the air. Those are not my words, those are words of Bob Marley. Dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, as you heard from that short documentary, now you can understand the reasons why they see Captain Ibrahim Traoré as enemy. And we as the people of Africa, young people, we need to unite. We need to come together to protect our in-laws. We lost Thomas Sankara because of division. We lost Gaddafi because of disunity. We lost Patrice Emery Lumumba because of our diversity. Dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, black people all over the world, we need to come together. We need to protect our in-laws. The time has come to write our own history, not the history that will be written from Brussels, from Paris, from London, or from Washington, but the history that will be written from Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, from Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso, from Bamako in Mali, from Dakar in Senegal, from Dodoma in Tanzania, from Nairobi in Kenya, from Kigali in Rwanda, not the history that will be written from Tokyo, Japan, or Beijing, China, but the history that will be written from Pretoria, South Africa. So, friends, fellow Africans, the time is now for we Africans to unite, to protect our in-laws. Let us ask ourselves what wrong Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done to those who think that Traoré is the big enemy and they want to eliminate him. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, when he came to power, I think all of us will remember, he took a decisive decision to expel French troops in the country. And he said clear that these troops are sponsoring terrorists, are training terrorists, and supplying weapons to terrorists. So we cannot have these troops for more than 50 years till we are suffering with security or insecurity issues. So I think these troops has done nothing. So let us pack their bags and go home. Then Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, we are going to take our own responsibilities. If France can protect its people, America can do the same, China can do the same. What's wrong with us, Burkina Faso, to protect our people? So let us take our responsibility to protect our people. He decided to buy equipment, military equipment, to protect the territory. And now we have seen that Captain Ibrahim Traoré has succeeded to return the territory of Burkina Faso that has been taken by terrorists. Apart from that, Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, we have resources. We know we are a landlocked country. We don't have ports. We don't have, we depend on others. But what we have here, the main that we produce here is gold. So we need to get money from our resources. What Captain Ibrahim Traoré did is to take controls of gold. He said clearly that we know how to mine, we know how to process. So why don't we let multinational companies to come and mine while we know how to mine? So he decided to take controls. Right now, gold are being processed in Burkina Faso. You see, those are things that those who have been exploiting, taking gold, are hungry with. And that's why they're trying to find the way how they can remove these young people. You see, that's why they see Captain Ibrahim Traoré has enemy. Then Captain Ibrahim Traoré, after getting money, he decided to support agriculture, to support people to produce enough food, because for many years people have been displaced in Burkina Faso, so that people cannot work in farms, cannot produce enough food, cannot have these agricultural products. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, no, after selling our gold, we are going to buy agricultural equipments to support our farmers, to support our people, so that they can feed themselves. Because sometimes we are being manipulated because we are hungry. You see, people who are hungry cannot be, you cannot think properly, of course. So he decided to take those actions. Those are actions that have made people see him as enemies, because they have been supplying food, they have been supplying and selling food to the people under expense of destabilization. Then Captain Ibrahim Traoré went far and improving infrastructures. We have seen infrastructures in Burkina Faso are being constructed, improved, so that people can move, flee from one place to another. We have seen industries being integrated. I think all of us, we know what Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done. So those are things that I think those who have been beneficiaries of poverty and disorder in Burkina Faso were enjoying. Also, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, I think here he made a lot of enemies when he reduced salaries of politicians by 30% and increasing salaries of civil servants by 50%. I think politicians see him as enemy because they have been making a lot of money without doing works. We know very well in the continent of Africa that politicians can just go to the parliament, can sleep without contributing anything, then can earn a lot of money. And those who have been enjoying this atmosphere. So I think when Captain Ibrahim Traoré came in, he said, no, we are all human beings, all we are Burkinabe, all we are people. Why you earn a lot? Why those who are working in farms, suffering, soldiers who are fighting to make sure that there's peace, are earning a little? So let us uplifting them. So he made a lot of enemies. You see, he made a lot of enemies. Captain Ibrahim Traoré bought construction equipment, said that for a long time we have been hiring Chinese and Western companies to build our roads. Captain Ibrahim Traoré decided to take almost 1,500 young Burkinabe to China to acquire a knowledge of road construction. But even that, people see him as enemy. He made enemies because those who have been earning a lot of money through these tenderpreneurs of roads, people, and sometimes politicians own companies, construction companies. So they earn money on these paved roads, or to pave roads, or to build roads. And sometimes through these tenders, they get money through corruption to hire the Chinese or and the other European companies. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, we have professionals, we have people. We have these young, energetic people here in the Burkina Faso. Let us send them to China. Let us give them capacities, build capacities to them to build roads. So if the Chinese can build their own roads, what's wrong for us, the people of Burkina Faso, to build our own roads? Also, he made enemies. You see? So what do we want as the people of Africa? What do we want? I know we have traitors, we have perpetrators, we have many Africans who are betrayers. And I cannot blame them because we have made to hate one another. We have made to see each other as enemies. We think that if we can support white people, we are good. And we have been told maybe we will go to the heaven. Because even the angels have made whites. So when you see white people, it looks like you see the angels. And that's why you are supporting them to remove Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So what we need to do is to change the way we think, to emancipate ourselves mentally, to remove colonial mindset. And the things that also Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done with, has decided to change many things. Colonial wigs. We know that many of our judges in the continent of Africa still wearing those colonial wigs. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, for how long we can continue to have these colonial wigs? We have been talking about unity in this continent. Not unity as unity of purpose. The unity of purpose. Captain Ibrahim Traoré and his fellow counterparts Goita and Chan said we are in ECOWAS, but it looks like ECOWAS is not in the right direction. How is it that we are in an organization? We say we are united. We are forming our ECOWAS organization to defend our people. But the same organization want to invite us. How is it possible? Just imagine African Union want to invite its member. What's the meaning of African Union? Because the aim of African Union or any regional body is to support and to protect the people in that organization. But ECOWAS, because was manipulated and controlled by the West, tried to violate, to threaten, to invade Niger. And of course, at the end of the day, ECOWAS understand where they made mistakes. The ECOWAS in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso withdrawn from ECOWAS. Also, they made enemies. You see, they made enemies because they're out of ECOWAS. They formed their own alliance of Sahel states. And right now, you remember this week, the alliance of Sahel states foreign ministers meet with Russia to see how they can work together with Russia, especially on the energy sector and security issues. We know Russia is good in military, and Niger has uranium. Niger is a member of the alliance of Sahel states, including Niger itself, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So they have uranium, but Russia, he's manufacturing these atomic bombs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. So Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali went to Russia to get at least skills, or how they can get skills to have their own such kind of stuff to make them powerful. Also, they make enemies because France is not friends of Russia. They see Russia as a threat. And so Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso, to be aligned with Russia, it is bad for these Western countries. And that's why you see Captain Ibrahim Traoré has become their enemy. Also, apart from that, dear lovely family, friends, in the issue of hospitals, you remember that Captain Ibrahim Traoré has improved health care. We know very well in Africa, if you are in political classes, when you get sick, you look where your former colonizer is. If you are colonized by UK, we rush to London. If we were colonized by France, we rush to Paris. And now Arabs are starting to awakening. We go to Dubai or to Qatar or to Saudi. If not that, we go to America. So that's where African politicians are learning when they become sick. They go to India, they go to China. But they forgot that those citizens who are in the country, they have no way to reach India or to access hospitals in Washington. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré said, we are going to improve our health care. We want all leaders to be treated here in the continent, in Burkina Faso. We don't want to see any leader of the government of Burkina Faso to be treated in Washington, to be treated in Paris, in London. All of them will be treated here. The same people or citizens are being treated here. Also, Captain Ibrahim Traoré made enemies. So, what's bad on what I've been mentioning? Yes, I know Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not an angel. He's a human being. He makes mistakes. But what he's doing is more than what bad things also he's doing. So, he's doing better things than bad things. So, let us support this initiative. Let us support what Traoré is doing. He's doing amazing jobs. I know, because as I said at the beginning, there's a big fear that if Captain Ibrahim Traoré can stay in power for like Paul Biya, the whole continent will be united. So there are those who are fearing a unity of this continent. They fear. What they fear is about unity. They don't fear Captain Ibrahim Traoré. They fear unity. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré's idea is threat to them. And that's why when Gaddafi came with the same idea of uniting Africa, idea of having single currency, idea of protecting our resources, Gaddafi was enemies. I mean, he was enemy of those who don't want Africa to come together. And Africans, we know that our unity is our strength. We know very well, but you can't hear politicians talking about unity. They fear. It's only young people like Malema and recently MK Party leader, General Secretary, and of course MK Party have the same ideology like EFF, are those who are talking about unity. Others are afraid because even these political parties are being sponsored by Western power. And we know that Western power, they don't want unity of this continent. So just imagine you have a political party that are being sponsored by those who don't want Africa to unite. If they will get president, can that president talking about unity? Don't expect. And that's why in Burkina Faso, they have declared Burkina Faso as a democratic, as a revolutionary country, not democratic country. Recently, Captain Ibrahim Traoré declared openly that Burkina Faso no longer a democratic country, is a revolutionary country. That's why they fear. So it needs all of us, the people of Africa, especially young people, to protect our heroes. The time has come. The time is now. There's no any other time for we young people to show the world that Africans, we can come together. You know, they believe that Africans are lazy, Africans are cowards, Africans can do nothing when it comes to come together. And that's why, you know, let me tell you one thing. How unity is so powerful. You see the way Israel, a small country, looks powerful, is in the middle of Arab countries. But why Israel looks strong? Because Jews know how to come together. Even in difficult times, Jews know how to come together. But Africans, at difficult time, should be betrayed. We betray each other at difficult time. We know we betrayed Patrice Emery Lumumba of Congo. We betrayed even Kwame Nkrumah was betrayed, was removed from power. We betrayed Thomas Sankara. We betrayed Gaddafi. We betrayed and other leaders. I know many leaders were betrayed. So they know very well. But to shock them this time, young people, Africans, where you are, let us come together. Let us unite. Let us protect our heroes. We are not protecting the just Burkina Faso. We are protecting the whole continent, because changes. What Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing is not just for only Burkina Faso. It is for Africa, because we cannot be respected if we continue to have weak people. We can be respected if we have strong people, and strong people can be made by being encouraged and supported. So, dear lovely family, let us not speak for too long, but I'm trying to share my thought on what happened to Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and insisting in calling African Union also to support Africa, support Africans, to see that we have to come together, we have to support one another, and to protect one another also. So after that, dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, let us say goodbye. Have a nice time. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, freedom. Thank you, Africa.